Brunson's got Vasil on him. Crossover, drives, goes inside, pulls back. Kicks it out in the corner. Brunson gets it back. Brunson on the drive. The floater's up. Shot won't go. Rebound deflected in the backcourt. Fox has a chance to get it. Fox has it inside. Blocked by Anunoby. 9 seconds remaining. 6 seconds remaining. And Mike Brown, or they call a foul. They had a foul to give.
YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Pay the Way Chris, and I'm back with another video. And today we are doing film breakdown on how De'Aaron Fox just gave up Game 4 in the NBA Finals. Let's talk about it. As in the first clip, you kind of seen the full context of the clip. Now we're going to break down individual parts of this clip. Let's get into it.
Brunson's got Vasil on him. Crossover, drives, goes inside, pulls back. Kicks it out in the corner. Brunson gets it back. Brunson on the drive. The floater's up. Shot one.
All right, let's start off with this first clip, right? Good defense by Vasil in that moment, or Devin Vassell, and it caused a missed shot by Brunson. Now, before we get on De'Aaron Fox, let's talk about the main thing real quick. Wemby, why are you jumping to contest the shot if the shot's already up and you didn't block it? It was already not a block, and then on top of that, you're the biggest guy on the court, on the floor, and not even grabbing the rebound. Guess what this caused into? It caused into, which we're going to talk about in the next clip, which even gave them the opportunity to do this, because guess what? If they grab the rebound, the Knicks automatically have to foul, and you go to the line. Granted, the free throws aren't guaranteed because Wemby already missed free throws earlier with 1:30 left, but still it gives them a better chance than what happens in this next clip. Let's go to the next clip.
Go, rebound deflected in the backcourt. Fox has a chance to get it. Fox has it inside, blocked by...
Fox gets the ball now, drives down to the other side, and I don't know what possessed him. I know what he said in the interview. He thought he could get an easy 2 points. You guys are up by 1. I don't know what possessed his brother to go up with that. But then on top of that, we found out later on today, the next day, it was a foul. And then on top of that, he didn't complain, he didn't flop, he didn't do anything. For one, he went up with it and it was a foul. 2, he went up with it. He didn't run to the back side of the 3-point line and then pass it to stall more time. I don't know what was going through the brother's mind. I get he was saying the 2 point, but why to even go up 3 when you could clock it out essentially, or even go to the line? The less time the Knicks have, the less chance of something fake to happen to even force an overtime or even a game-winning shot with the OG Anunoby thing. Because regardless, though, it was a terrible take. And this was due because a big man, no one could grab a rebound. The biggest guy on the court is on the floor in this moment, and this leads into the ball getting tipped, ran, and allowing stupidity to happen. Now let's go into the next clip. That was just the play everyone was talking about. But this is the thing that really got me mad that not too many people are talking about. Let's get into the next clip.
Anunoby. 9 seconds remaining. 6 seconds remaining. And Mike Brown, or they call a foul. They had a foul to give.
And yes, as y'all could hear in the clip, I know everyone thought, hey, the Knicks probably called a timeout to set up a better play so they could get a good game-winning shot. No, they didn't. And this has been a trend going on in the league for a minute now. And honestly, Mike Brown was about to cost them the comeback. Yeah, guys, it was not a timeout being called. It was a timeout after the foul because guess what? As you can see in the play, De'Aaron Fox fouled him. And another thing you probably did not realize in that clip, Jose Alvarez, he actually went backcourt and would have blew the entire comeback because, and who's to say, regardless on the context, he might have not dribbled the ball backcourt, because you could look back and pause it. He might not have dribbled it backcourt if he didn't get fouled, but regardless, though, I know for a fact, if you zoom in on Mike Brown's body language, he was not planning to call a timeout. And if you also look back in the clip, it was a 5-on-3 on defense with 5 seconds left in the game, and Dylan Harper was strapped on Jalen Brunson. OG's in the backcourt. I think it was also Josh Hart in the backcourt. I don't know. It was one more other person in the backcourt in that moment. And guess what De'Aaron Fox did? Instead of waiting to use the foul or waiting for them to call a timeout, he uses the foul earlier to give them a chance to call a timeout and to set up a play. That's what happened last night. Because let's just say he didn't foul him. There's so many outcomes that could have happened in this scenario. Jose Alvarez goes out of bounds. Mike Brown calls a timeout with 3 seconds left. They draw up the same play for Jalen Brunson, and he misses the shot, and there's no putback. It's just so many outcomes where this game could have even been won despite the greatest comeback in NBA Finals history. And De'Aaron Fox sold the game on 2 occasions, and that was getting blocked at the rim or getting fouled at the rim, putting up the shot at the rim. And then on top of that, fouling Jose Alvarez so they could call a timeout to run a play. They were not going to call a timeout and run a play, and they were just going to let it play out because Mike Brown was just in the moment and wasn't thinking, oh, yeah, let's see if he get the ball to Brunson. And even if he called a timeout, it would have been 3 seconds left on the clock if he had a 2-second decision because Jose was still dribbling the ball, or it would have been backcourt if they just simply sat there and double-teamed him because OG and whoever else was in the backcourt with him were not going to come up in time for a good shot at least. Yeah, they could have probably put up a deep 3-point shot. It would not have been a good shot, and the game would have been over, and this series would have been 2-2. It's so many, and I know people are going to say this was a team loss. No, it was a De'Aaron Fox loss. Wemby did miss free throws. Castle was in foul trouble. Champagnie shot terrible this game. But at the end of the day, despite all that, they had a chance to win, and it got blown within the last few seconds of the game, and it could have all been avoided. That's my issue with De'Aaron Fox. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, that's hard to regroup back as a team, even with the win going to 2-2. But at least the series would be even at that point, and you're going back to San Antonio, and you could work on what y'all did in the second half by, number one, Wemby chucking up threes, being too content, and letting up runs. You see what I'm saying? The same aggression and hungry kind of went out the way, and they kept relying on that 3-point shot that worked in the first half, shooting over 60% from the field, and slowly it dropped down to at the end of the game where they shot 39% from the field. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. I know people want to blame Wemby. I know people want to blame Champagnie. I know people want to blame Castle. At the end of the day, I want to blame De'Aaron Fox because at the end of the day, they had a shot. Castle hit the free throws. Who's to say if Castle got the ball, the game would have just been over and the comeback wouldn't even been talked about. But at the end of the day, they had a shot. They had the ball while winning. De'Aaron Fox went up with it, and then on top of that, he fouled them so they could get in better position to win the game. This loss is on De'Aaron Fox. And unfortunately, yeah, it's going to affect Wemby's history because he was a part of it and he played a huge factor into the loss as well. So, this was a full breakdown on how De'Aaron Fox sold the game. I know people are going to watch the whole fourth quarter and say it was a team loss, but they could have still overcame it if De'Aaron Fox just never did what he did in those 2 plays, the block and the foul. I still can't believe it. You could really look at he was not going to call a timeout, and I had to realize that because I remember the Pacers got a stop too. I was saying, oh, their head coach is going to call a timeout. They let it play out just in case they could get a open or fake shot to go in. And that's what he was about to do before, they gave up their last foul. I'm just mad because even if he called a timeout, the foul could have been used on Brunson at the 3-point line to waste a second. And they're going to have to redraw up a whole new play. You see what I'm saying? They could have fouled immediately. But as long as it wasn't a 3-point foul, just a whole foul, something. But wasted a foul on that. Let them regroup. And the New York Knicks are 1 win away from being NBA champions. And they made the greatest comeback in doing it, so I cannot say it's not deserved. Like I said before, I feel like the Knicks already won the series. I don't know how you come back from a loss like this. If it was just a normal loss, I can't put it past a 3-1 comeback, but to blow the biggest lead in finals history, I don't know what the Spurs are going to talk in the locker room to even give them that motivation to come back. That's the only way this wrong could be written right if you make the greatest comeback in history, but I don't think it's going to happen. It's your boy Paved the Way, Chris. Let me know what y'all thought about this breakdown analysis on how De'Aaron Fox sold Game 4 of the NBA Finals. And I'll catch y'all boys in the next one.